In today's world, social media is everywhere. It's a platform for connection, self-expression, and sharing ideas. But it also brings immense pressure, distractions, and emotional turbulence. Whether it's constant notifications, comparing ourselves to others, or seeking validation from likes and comments, social media can take a toll on our emotional well-being. But what if we could navigate the digital world with emotional control? What if we could take a step back, detach from the need for constant validation, and cultivate peace instead of anxiety? Stoicism, an ancient philosophy, offers timeless wisdom that can help us do just that. In this video, we'll explore how Stoic philosophy and the wisdom of other great philosophers can help us navigate the digital age with emotional control, resilience, and inner peace. What Stoicism teaches us about emotional control in the digital age. Socrates once said, "The unexamined life is not worth living." This principle is one of the core teachings of Stoic philosophy and is more relevant today than ever before, especially in the age of social media. How often do we mindlessly scroll, like, comment, and consume content without reflecting on its effect on our mental state? Socrates believed that we should examine our lives, our actions, and our responses. So let's apply this to social media. Are we using it to enrich our lives, to grow, and to learn? Or are we just filling time chasing likes or comparing ourselves to others? The Stoic approach teaches us that self-awareness is the key. If social media is draining you or making you feel inferior, it's time to examine why. Ask yourself, is this behavior aligned with my values? Is it serving my personal growth or hindering it? Socrates would challenge us to ask whether the time we spend on social media is truly benefiting our lives or if it's feeding our anxieties. The more we examine our interactions, the more control we have over our emotional responses. Aristotle and the pursuit of the golden mean. Aristotle once said, "The good for man is an activity of the soul in accordance with virtue." His concept of the golden mean tells us that virtue lies between extremes, neither too much nor too little. This applies perfectly to our relationship with social media. In today's world, it's easy to fall into extremes: excessive use, spending hours scrolling, seeking validation, or obsessing over how others perceive us. Complete rejection, disconnecting entirely from social media and missing out on valuable opportunities for connection and learning. Aristotle would advocate for moderation. He would suggest we use social media in a balanced way, one that promotes growth, learning, and connection while avoiding overindulgence. Social media should be used as a tool, not a source of addiction. It should be about quality, not quantity. Follow accounts that align with your values and goals, and disconnect when it no longer serves you. By embracing moderation and seeking the golden mean, you can create a healthier relationship with social media, one that enhances your life instead of detracting from it. Machiavelli, power, control, and managing the online persona. Niccolo Machiavelli said, "The ends justify the means." While Machiavelli wasn't a Stoic, his ideas about power and control are valuable when we think about social media. Today, many people use social media to build an image, influence others, or gain power. Machiavelli's focus on power and influence might tempt us to manipulate our online persona, seeking control over others' perceptions. However, the Stoic perspective is different. While Machiavelli might see social media as a tool for gaining power, Stoicism teaches us to focus on internal control, not external manipulation. Social media isn't about creating a false image or projecting a perfect life. It's about being true to yourself, regardless of what others may think or how many followers you have. The Stoic approach is about focusing on what you can control, your responses and your integrity, not seeking to manipulate others. Your inner peace and emotional independence are far more powerful than any external validation. By mastering your emotions, you can maintain your peace no matter how others perceive you online. Diogenes, living without attachment to external things. Diogenes famously lived in a barrel, rejecting society's norms and materialism. He would likely see the modern obsession with social media and validation as a form of attachment, a pursuit of external approval. In today's world, social media can become a digital version of materialism. We're constantly chasing likes, followers, and recognition. Diogenes would encourage us to reject these attachments. Instead of seeking approval from others, we should find fulfillment in self-sufficiency. Detachment from social media validation is a powerful Stoic practice. Diogenes showed us that true contentment comes not from others' approval, but from within. Your value doesn't depend on how many people like your posts or follow your account. Instead of seeking constant validation, focus on your growth. Use social media to connect with like-minded individuals, but never let it dictate your happiness or self-worth. Zeno of Citium, the founder of Stoicism, and the need for emotional control. Zeno of Citium, the founder of Stoicism, once said, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." This idea is central to understanding how Stoicism applies to modern life, especially social media. We often imagine rejection when we don't receive likes, comments, or messages. These imagined scenarios cause more emotional suffering than the reality of the situation. Zeno would remind us that we control our reactions, not the external events. When you're ignored on social media, the anxiety, frustration, or insecurity you feel is often more about your imagination than the actual situation. Mastering your mind means recognizing that these imagined fears are not real threats to your well-being. Zeno teaches us to focus on what we can control, our reactions. When we stop fearing rejection or comparing ourselves to others, we stop suffering. The Stoic approach is to live in accordance with nature, accepting things as they are without allowing external events to disturb our peace. Applying Stoicism to social media, incorporating Stoic philosophy into your approach to social media can give you emotional freedom and peace. By examining our habits, embracing moderation, focusing on internal control, and detaching from external validation, we can navigate the digital world with wisdom. When you apply Stoic practices, you examine your habits. Be mindful of how social media affects your mental state. Embrace moderation. Use social media for growth, connection, and learning without excess. Master your emotions. Recognize that your peace doesn't depend on the actions of others. Detach from validation. Your worth isn't defined by likes, shares, or comments. By integrating Stoic practices, you can cultivate a healthy relationship with social media, maintain your sense of self-worth, and remain calm amidst the chaos of the digital world. Remember, social media is just a tool. Stoicism offers a timeless guide to mastering your emotions and navigating life with calmness, balance, and inner peace. As you engage with the digital world, let Stoic wisdom be your compass, guiding you to emotional resilience, independence, and strength. If this sparked something in you, consider liking, sharing, or subscribing, not for clout, but to help build a community of those who see through the veil. This is the Stoic theory. Thanks for thinking deeper.